The compliance level of transit trucks right now is quite high. When you look at the numbers, when you compare the weighed trucks against the prosecuted, you realize that we are at 99% compliance. We are dealing with a transporter who is already sensitized and is willing to comply. These trucks are normally weighed at the point of loading, and therefore by the time they get to Busia, they are already compliant. Different trucks have different configurations, and therefore they have different loading plans. They are also treated differently depending on their axles. The East Africa Vehicle Community Load, the second and third schedule, highlights the loading plan of all configurations. In an example, a 6-axle vehicle, which is a double diff, is allowed to carry 50 tons, and that includes the tire weight. A 3-axle vehicle is allowed to carry not more than 26 tons, and a 2A is only allowed to transport 18 tons of the load. In Busia weighbridge, just like any other weighbridge that is situated along the regional trunk road network, we deploy a community act, which is the East Africa Community Vehicle Load, that provides for prohibition of overloaded vehicles. It also highlights issues to do with overloading fees and other costs. It guides on how the fee payments and all the issues related to overloading. We also deploy the Traffic Act, which is a consolidated rules of all traffic related matters. Transporters are engaged in levels and in different forums. For example, in Busia, we have always engaged drivers when they come for tickets or any other information related to their trucks. At that point, we managed to talk to them about compliance. We have also engaged transporters who are investors. We have engaged sand harvesters, the drivers, and even the conductors in forums that have been convened by the county government, the circles, transporter circles, and even ourselves. We also arrange and plan for sensitization for the transporters, just to let them know of why we do the things we do and how they can comply. In Busia cluster, we have about 100 staff who are trained and dedicated to deliver the inspection function. We also have 60 ALEU officers drawn from the National Police Service. They are charged with the responsibility of enforcing the law and order at the weighbridge. They also provide security to equipment and installations. One of the main challenges we have at Busia is that we have been dealing with evading. Transporters are trying to evade the weighbridge by using alternative routes that are behind and the other side of the weighbridge. You will notice that this is the only weighbridge in the entire country that is very close to an international border. And therefore, for that reason, we have many routes that can access the border. So the transporters who are not willing to comply, they try as much as possible to avoid verifying of weight by using the alternative routes to avoid the weighbridge. We have Cheska that is always standby, and we have intensified patrols to ensure that we nab these violators and bring them to book. Another challenge we're experiencing right now is on the mobile operation. We still have rogue and crafty transporters who are avoiding verifying weight as well. They tip the load to avoid weighing, especially when they are not sure of their capacity, and some of them conceal the number plates so that they are not identified. We have apprehended some of them, and they have been taken to court to answer to charges related to the offense, the violation. The liftable axle is an unpowered axle in the axle unit that can be able to be lifted independently by virtue of a vehicle being fitted with automatic drop-down mechanism, which is fitted by a certified manufacturer. When the suspension is correctly working, this liftable axle is lifted when it is empty and automatically touches the road pavement when it is loaded. What has happened earlier and most times is that transporters have left the drivers to manipulate the automatic drop-down mechanism for their own interest. They will lift the axle even when the vehicle is loaded. When the vehicle is loaded, it should be the liftable axle should be on the road pavement so that the load is evenly distributed. When a driver lifts the axle and the vehicle is loaded, it means that he has adjusted the configuration of the truck, and the results will be overload.
The challenges we're facing here at Busia cluster have actually reduced in a big way. We previously had various challenges like slow movement at the borders, which were causing a snarl up of traffic towards the weighbridge. And but since they have since improved the systems at the border, and we are seeing a free flow of traffic, which is a good thing for us. Besides that, we had I would call it infrastructural challenges where we are weighing on one side, and so there was the one scale was weighing trucks from both bounds, and they were causing again a snarl up of the traffic. But since then we have improved the station, and in a few days we'll be weighing from both sides. We have installed another scale, as you can see on the Kisumu bound side. So in a few days trucks will be weighing from both bounds, which then again that challenge will be a thing of the past. County government is very supportive in the war against overloading. The neighboring counties, including Busia and Siaya. The challenges we've had again before, we were having especially government agencies overloading, I think just because they are government, but we have carried out various sensitization activity in counties and enlightened them, sensitized them on the effects of overloading and what the law provides on overloading, and that no one is exempted from overloading offences. And since then, the county governments have invited us to various workshops and meetings to give more insights on the same. And now we are in cooperation actually with the county governments, and we can now see them loading according to the legal limits. The lifted axle affects the roads in that you see there is a defined configuration for each truck. So when a truck has a defined configuration, maybe 6 axle, and it lifts one axle, it changes the axle loads of the rest of the remaining axles. So basically saying it makes the truck to be overloaded. It increases the axle limits of the axle load of that truck when you lift one axle. So if it was allowed to, if the law allowed a truck, maybe a 6 axle truck to carry a certain weight, if it lifts the one axle and it remains with 5 axles, the axle load of one axle is increases, and hence it damages the roads. Yes, we have carried out enough sensitization activities, and I can tell you for sure, every driver that drives a truck, most of the drivers that drive trucks in the roads of Kenya, know the axle load limits, and know the offences, know the penalties, and the fees for the same. And so, as at now, the compliance level is very high at 99%. But the few that offenders that we get that still overload, there's a schedule of fees that are supposed to be paid for certain overloads. Besides that, we take them through the court process. Yeah, it's the legal court process. As you can see, we've carried out various improvement projects at the Siawe Bridge, and just at the outlook of it, you can see various improvements that have been done here. Number one is you can see we have modern administration blocks for both bounds, and as I said earlier, we have installed another scale on Kisumu bound side. Previously, we only had one scale weighing from both sides, which caused a problem of snarl-ups. Now we'll have, in a few days, we'll have both scales working, which will assist in a free flow of traffic. And so there'll be traffic jams because of where bridges will be a thing of the past. Besides that, we have constructed, the authority has constructed 2 holding yards on both bounds. Previously, trucks were being held at the road reserve, which was very unsafe for the public and also not safe for the truck themselves. But now we have holding yards which are safe with a perimeter fence and street lights. And now any offender that may be impounded because of overloading issues will have a very safe place to park the truck before going through the legal processes, the legal court processes. Besides that, we've installed new power systems. We have a new generator, we have a new UPS. So we have increased the power systems, we have improved the power systems of the station. And so we have no power issues now.